Ladies and gents, welcome to the journalist DJ.com, and I've been meaning to chat to FKA Mash for a while, but he doesn't like interviews, he's like, but finally I had to chase him all the way down in Pretoria to get a chat with him. Hey Joe, how are you feeling today, man? What's going on?
I'm chilled. I'm okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I was listening to your set now, and I was saying now for him, I've heard you play a few times, and today you play a lot of like nostalgic, those not deep house, like house music classics, So it has me wondering, okay, are you feeling nostalgic? Like, what's going on in your soul this evening?
No, man. It's just I just like playing songs that I really love, and there's a quote about a good DJ plays songs that you didn't know you needed to hear. Like there's some songs that they just work, man. They just work, and it's not to say they're obvious choices, right? Sometimes it's just like, I didn't expect to hear this song, and it's probably been like 10 years since I heard this song, and it just works. I've been doing that for the past 5-7 years. Like every time in my set, like there's just one song that I just like to play from Buhle. At some point it was Casablanca in my set.
Yeah. Oh damn, man! Imagine you playing that in Pretoria.
Actually,
that would have been crazy. Yeah.
Actually, someone is gonna bite that. Yeah. And then they're gonna play Casablanca in Pretoria. Yeah. It's gonna be like,
I know it's music. It happens all the time. But you've been at this for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And you like to play around and remix people's music, do crazy things, one of my favorite retouches from you is Sculptured Music's Sad to Think.
Yeah.
Like, what was, that song is crazy. What was happening in your mind when you made that song?
It's been such a long time, I can't even remember the frame of mind I was in when I was making that song, but I just knew that I loved that song, like I really, like the original, so dope. However, considering the style of music that I play, it doesn't always fit in my set, So the whole idea behind remixing for me is to make a song fit my set, so that there's not much of a difference between track 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need the whole set to just sound like one big song, which is why my sets are curated the way they're curated. I don't like just playing like that song, that song, and that song. Like everything is just well put together. Well, I hope.
No, it is, and you raised such an interesting point, because we live in an era where as a DJ, if you're booked, there's pressure. Okay, you need to make people dance.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just playing like hits, and there's not much curation. And I don't want to be controversial, man, but we're in SA, and DJing for us is like the culture is as deep as hip hop is in New York. We care and we make comments. Looking at the trend now, what are your thoughts on the overall culture of like DJing in SA?
I don't care about it.
Wow, really?
I don't. Yeah. Because like what matters to me is just the experience that I'm creating when I'm behind the decks. Yeah. That's what matters to me. I don't really care much for you should play deep, you should play piano, I don't care. Because dog, like when we're being like totally honest, nobody sounds like me, right?
Yeah.
And nobody sounds like Culoe. Nobody sounds like Sun L. Nobody sounds like Black Coffee. That's a very important thing to take with you when you become a DJ. You need to ensure that as you can sound as different as you possibly can, despite who's playing before or after. You know what I mean? So for me, like I'm not too worried about like that's not my vibe. You know what I mean? Like I just enjoy creating the experience that I believe everybody is sharing in. And I just want to grow it. Like every time, I just want to grow it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I like that answer, and I think that SA right now is we are spoiled. I don't think people realize how spoiled we are because we've got deep house guys making amazing music. We've got Amapiano guys making amazing music. Afrotech guys killing it. Bacardi house killing. It's crazy, But yeah, going back to you, man. Ginelio.
Yeah, Ginelio.
Oh, is it Ginelio?
Ginelio, yeah.
Oh, my bad, man. I thought it was Ginelio. Yeah. Let's talk about that, man. What a banger, and also it's a banger, but at the same time, it's deep, but it's also commercial. It's like what is happening there?
I mean, the whole idea wasn't to make it commercial, but the fact that it has gone commercial is a blessing for me, and that was the whole idea for me was just to again make the song fit my set, because I really liked the original. Like when Kid Funk sent me the album, I was like, yo, what the hell is this? Because I'm hearing the whole album, it's dope, it's amazing, but I just kept going back to Ginelio, the original version, just kept going back to it, and I think Ellen even said that I'm probably the only person who was playing it in my set at that time, right? Then eventually we just spoke, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to remix the song. I'm gonna have to remix the song because I can't avoid the feeling. I think I'm really connecting with the song, which is always the reasoning behind me doing a remix. I have to connect to the song. So I just felt like I really connect to the song, and I want to do something with it. Let's see what comes out,
Yeah, I know.
And then the rest is history.
Now we here, we appreciate it. Bro, okay, tell me, second last question, stay true, you and Kid Funk have really been collaborating, working together.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a deep house community?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm asking is that I just feel it's so clear with other genres, especially with piano, Afrotech and all that. But with deep house, I feel it's a bit everywhere. So my question is is there a community? Is it going somewhere, or are you guys just I'm gonna drop, this guy's gonna drop? Oh, you know what I mean? Is it intentional? Is there a movement there?
For me, and I've always said this in my interviews, man. I'm not particularly a deep house artist.
Whoa, right? That's interesting to me. Okay, yeah, you go on.
The music I make could be influenced by deep house and house music and Afro house, but if you listen to deep house in its truest sense, and you put my music next to it, there's a disconnect. You know what I mean? You can hear traces of the deep house, you can hear traces of house music, you can hear traces of electronic house, you can hear traces of everything that I grew up listening to. So it's kind of inaccurate to say that I'm I know
deep.
Yeah. But I'm not. You know what I mean? Because it's not 100% accurate. I just love dance music. That's how it's always been for me. Which is why it's easy for me to play a deep house song in my set, an Afro house song in my set, a house music song in my set. In fact, I've even played piano in my set.
Really? I've never heard you. That's interesting.
It depends where I'm playing. It depends where I'm playing. I've played Mtuda, I've played Kapsa, I've played I've played so many songs. It always depends where I'm playing, because at the end of the day, when I'm standing in front of people, I'm not just FKA Mash, I'm a DJ, I'm creating the experience for those people, so it has to connect all the time.
It's interesting that you should say that, because I've always seen you as a guy that's you're not really trying to play for the crowd, if I may put it that way. You're okay, cool, this is what I play. If you book me, this is what I play, and you do your thing. It's very interesting for me to hear you say that.
But both can apply, right? Both can, I could still say I'm not playing I'm playing the stuff that I like, but that stuff can also still be the stuff that the people like. You know what I mean? It can still be the stuff that makes the crowd dance and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, dog, I'd never stand in front of like so many people and just play stuff that I don't like playing. That's just not gonna make sense.
Yeah.
You know? Then why am I doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just creating the experience for me.
Yeah. Wow, man, I love that. I'm learning so much about you.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you here for too long. Lastly, man, you know, what are you working on, and do you want to say anything to your fans out there?
I'm working on a few singles. I don't want to make promises about an album, and this is why I don't like doing interviews, because if somehow conversation about album just gets slipped into the conversation, I'm not gonna put that out there yet. I'm just working on a few singles, few remixes, and hopefully some come out this year. But release-wise, like 2024 is gonna be a super year.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you.
And we out. Sure.